It's been nearly 2 months since the last video, even though I promised more content. There's actually a reason for that, but I'm back now and I'm ready to start cranking out videos again. For those new to the channel, these RPG news videos go over 3 things. First, I'll talk about what's happened in tabletop RPGs during the month. In this case, it will be both April and May. Then I'll give a shout out to an RPG content creator that I've enjoyed, and after that I'll go over any updates related to my own projects and this channel. I have some updates to share with you all today, as well as the reason why I've been gone for 2 months. But first... The Tales from the Loop TV show began streaming on Prime Video in April, and I did binge all of it in one sitting. I haven't actually had the opportunity to play Free League Publishing's tabletop RPG based on the same source material by artist Simon Stålenhag, but I've always been a fan of mystery sci-fi, and this show definitely resonated with me. It's a slow build, but it's an excellent exploration into concepts such as identity and connection, with each episode introducing a new perspective and exploring a new theme. I definitely recommend that you watch it, but this video isn't about TV shows, it's about tabletop role-playing games. Since we're on the subject of Free League Publishing, they've also announced a new edition for the World War III themed role-playing game Twilight 2000, which will come to Kickstarter in August and be released in 2021. This is the 4th game in the series, with the first one being released in 1984. The lead designer for this game is none other than Free League CEO Thomas Härenstam himself. And just like with the original game, it's set in a Poland devastated by World War III, but it also offers an alternative Swedish setting, which is interesting to me. Werewolf the Apocalypse is the 2nd game line to be announced for White Wolf Publishing's 5th edition of World of Darkness, with Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition having been in stores for some time now. While Modiphius is in charge of production for Vampire the Masquerade, Hunters Entertainment is leading development on the new Werewolf game. Werewolf is a game of savage resistance, where primal urges guide both tooth and claw, and where being a monster is useful when fighting the injustices in the world. Unlike Vampire, that focuses a lot on controlling the beast, Werewolf focuses on expressing your rage in a way that can help defend what's important. Hunters Entertainment posted a video introducing several of their writers, with some noteworthy faces being B. Dave Walters, the undisputed Baron of the Valley, whom those of you who are watching Ellie by Night are very familiar with. There's also Ivan Van Norman of Hunters Entertainment, who've been involved with several projects for Geek and Sundry. Then, of course, there's Matthew Dawkins, the one and only gentleman, who's always been graceful and helped promote this channel a few times on Onyx Path's Monday Meeting news blog. If you like World of Darkness and are curious about the new Werewolf game, make sure to support Hunters Entertainment. Renegade Game Studios, who created the celebrated games Kids on Bikes and Teens in Space, have now announced a Harry Potter-inspired game called Kids on Brooms. While the game itself is coming in August, you can pre-order it now already on their website. The game itself lets players attend a magical school and have similar experiences to Harry Potter. There are plenty of reasons to be interested in this game, as well as the other games in the series, because of how simple they are to play with narrative-first storytelling. And speaking of Renegade Game Studios, they've also announced pre-orders for their Altered Carbon RPG, as well as a deluxe edition in GM screen. The Altered Carbon RPG is slated for a September release. If you pre-order, you'll get the PDF as well in September. I still haven't seen the 2nd season of Altered Carbon yet, so no spoilers in the comments, but I enjoyed the first one well enough, at least the first half of it. Still, it's a great science fiction setting, and I'm curious to take a look at this game once it's out. I don't intend to turn this channel into some kind of drama channel, so I don't want to speculate too much about Mike Mearls or join in on the conversation about him. But if you wonder what happened to Mike Mearls, it's probably safe to say that he'll no longer be involved with Dungeons & Dragons. In fact, he hasn't been since 2019. Instead, Ray Winninger has taken over as executive producer. In Dragon Plus issue 31, Winninger introduces himself by saying that he's the new executive producer in charge of the Dungeons & Dragons studio at Wizards of the Coast. In just a few months on the job, I've already been impressed by the skills and the passion of the designers, artists, editors and production staff who bring you our terrific D&D products. Winninger goes on to talk about how he's played D&D since 1977 and that he sees his new role as a chance of giving back to the game that has given him so much. I think that most of us who are passionate about these games have sentimental stories about how they have affected our lives. I for sure am no different, and I look forward to seeing the future of D&D. This YouTube channel is not a D&D channel, and I've been avoiding D&D content not because I dislike it, I actually love D&D with a passion, and I play it almost every week, but because there are already so many D&D channels on YouTube and I want to highlight different games. If I'll ever do some kind of D&D content at some point, I want to make sure it's something that resonates both with me and this channel, and not just to ride the wave and hope for more subscribers. When we're on the topic of Wizards of the Coast, they're going to have a charity event on June 18 to 20 to raise money for Red Nose Day to help children affected by the COVID-19 outbreak. The event will include live plays featuring a bunch of well-known people, such as Thomas Middleditch, Deborah Ann Wall, Matthew Lillard, Felicia Day, David Harbour, and Brandon Routh. But apparently there's going to be some big announcement as well for a new setting and storyline, but there doesn't seem to be any solid information about what exactly this entails. I guess we'll have to wait for June 18 to find out. Cubicle 7 has released a PDF for Warhammer's Age of Sigmar Soulbound, which should be the first role-playing game taking place in the Age of Sigmar. In this game you play heroes chosen by the gods who are tasked to stand against the horrors that plague the mortal realms. As you all know, with all the exalted content on this channel, I'm a big fan of games that let you play as chosen of the gods. This book has been well received so far, and there are more books coming that can be pre-ordered from Cubicle 7. This includes the Collector's Edition, a Game Master screen, a map and dice trays. A few videos ago I mentioned our Telsorian Games announcement that Cyberpunk Red was slated for June. As we knew at the time, things could change and the game is now looking to be pushed to August instead. Our Telsorian Games writes on their website, "We'll just come right out and say it. The tabletop RPG industry got punched in the gut by the pandemic and there's just no way we can release in June without compromising quality. We're currently looking at summer's end for a release, but until the world calms down and things stop fluctuating, our crystal ball is full of fog." It is what it is, and it's kind of expected. Because this video is covering both April and May, I'm going to do 2 shoutouts this time. Strange Adventures is a YouTube channel that focuses on Vampire the Masquerade content. Josh puts a lot of effort into his videos and has a bunch of content on vampire lore, how to play and storytell V5, as well as the upcoming video game Bloodlines 2. If you want more V5 content, I recommend that you check him out. JonJon TheWise is a small YouTube channel that focuses entirely on Cyberpunk, and it's a good resource for those of you who are interested in any edition of Cyberpunk. He's also created helpful guides for those who want to convert 2020 characters into Red and how to update 2020 with Red rules while waiting for the new game to come. So what have I been up to for the last 2 months, and why haven't I posted a bunch of content when I promised to pick up the pace? Well, I was hit in the gut by schoolwork. That's pretty much it. Since I'm closing in on the end of my 3.5 years of social work studies, I was, alongside a study partner, tasked to write a bachelor's dissertation related to social work. So for the last 2 months we have worked diligently on researching therapeutic role-playing games with a focus on mental illness and autism spectrum disorder. We made an interview study where we got in touch with 6 professional practitioners and therapeutic game masters, and we have just now finished it all up. Because this study is in Swedish, I don't think that most of you will be interested in reading it, but I am going to make a video where I talk about the study in more detail and the results that came from it. I've also been working a lot on Machineborn, and the game is just about ready for playtesting. I'm confident that I'll be able to finish the playtest document before the end of June, and when it's done I'm going to make a video with a link to a document that all of you can download and test for free. The PDF will be over 300 pages long, and it will contain all of the necessary content to play the game, minus an in-depth setting chapter as well as a how to play the game chapter, which I won't be able to have ready in time. Because it's still a very huge PDF with lots of content. I'll cover the essentials in the video I'll put up when it's ready. And I do hope that many of you will take the time to download and test the game, so that you can help me make it the best game it can be. It's not easy to write a game alone, because you need that second pair of eyes that can tell you when things suck. Anyway, the next video on the channel will likely be my review on Dystopia Rising Evolution, which Onyx Path graciously granted me 2 months ago, and I promised to review long ago. I'll also get back to the Solar Charm series with the video on Integrity as soon as possible. Maybe even before the Dystopia Rising video now when I think about it. We'll see. You can also expect that video about therapeutic role-playing before the end of the month at least. Anyway, that's all I have for the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and until next time.